Hi there, Karen Rockkind here, your life purpose coach, videotaping from a little cafe here in San Francisco. So if you follow my blog, you know that I am teaching a 6-month course here. I'm doing a weekend a month every month for the next 6 months, and I'm so beyond excited because this is my favorite city. And it's reminding me that the key to living a life of purpose is to succeed as you. Succeed as yourself. So there are lots of motivational speakers and life coaches and books and managers and leaders who will tell you that in order to succeed, you have to be like someone else. You have to act like a man. You've got to play like a woman. You've got to, lead people in a certain way, or you have to play a certain game in order to get ahead, play a certain game in order to build your list, like whatever it might be. And all of it is bullshit. Yep, all of it is BS. In order to succeed, in order to live a life of purpose, it means that you succeed as you. So the reason I'm teaching in San Francisco is because I wanted to. This is my favorite city. Like, look at this place. It's freaking awesome. It's like so cute and so adorable. I'm in this little town and I'm sitting here at this little computer and my little glass of wine. And whenever I come here, my heart soars. I feel totally alive. And I was here about 2 years ago and had this huge pull to be here more. And I remember I was out on Fisherman's Wharf feeling this huge pull to be here in San Francisco. And yet knowing that the love of my life is in Philadelphia and that he needs to be there because of his son. And so I called him up with tears in my eyes and I said, I feel like I'm supposed to be here. And in that moment I thought my dream of living here, my dream of being in San Francisco was crushed. And then using the tools of thinking about how to succeed as myself, how to make everything I want happen, how to have it all, it occurred to me, I'd love to be bi-coastal. I'd love to live on the East Coast and the West Coast. And the way for me to live my life on purpose is to succeed as me. And me means that I live full-time in Philadelphia and I spend a great amount of time here on the West Coast. And that is what it means for me to succeed as me. And so I just started putting out in the universe, I want to be bi-coastal. And by put out in the universe, by the way, purpose power tip is putting out in the universe means telling everybody you know. You start telling people what you want, even if you don't know how or when or why it's going to happen. And so soon thereafter, this trip to San Francisco, I was having brunch with my dear friend Amelia, and I happened to tell her, a way for me to really have it all is to be bi-coastal and be on the East Coast with Josh and to work on the West Coast. And what do you know? A year and a half later, she remembered. And in her wonderful program, the Certificate in Applied Positive Psychology program, she was ready to expand on the West Coast. And she said, hey, do you want to teach on the West Coast? You want to be bi-coastal. And I was like, yes, 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 yes. Because to live a life on purpose for me means to succeed as myself. And if I were trying to just pretend that I never wanted to be here in San Francisco, that would be lying. And if I tried to pretend that, I didn't want to be with Josh, that would be lying too. So you're going to hear all sorts of rules about how you're supposed to be or where you're supposed to be or the way you're supposed to do life, the way you're supposed to succeed. It's all bullshit. The way to succeed is to succeed as you. It is to know what you love, what lights you up, what brings you joy. And then even if it seems like you can't do it, even if it seems like that's impossible, instead of saying, I can't, you begin to ask the question, how can I? Just like instead of me saying, well, I can't be in San Francisco more, I asked the question, how can I? And that led me to say, I'd like to be bi-coastal. And that now led for me to teach here in this great city that I love. So from now on, I want you to think, succeed as you. And that's how you live a life of purpose. For now, I'm going to enjoy my glass of wine, finish up my work, and you have a beautiful day. Live purposefully, love yourself, and love life. Bye for now.